Hello, and in this video we are going to add all three elements, all three drop downs, and then fill them with data and build a handle update. And so we want one function to set all the values for all three handles, and I'll show you how to do that. And same with the handle update. I want that to function on all three as well. So just to recap, we're going to add, we did that, and we want to add multiple drop downs. So we're going to need our render directory, and we did that before, so I'm just going to copy and paste that in place. And we also did the get directory, so I'm going to copy that. And with this, I don't know, yeah, I'm pretty sure I did this. So now that we have these two, we can go on and set the values. And so what the trick is we need, let me do this. Let's create our three drop-down menus. So they are effect, elements, and well, I'll just go element and version. So, and I forgot one more function. I'm just going to copy this one. We did this earlier, where we just added enumeration now, but now I'm going to make it a function because I got to do it. Weird. I had a website open that just started playing music. So now that we have this, let's go ahead and add these. Okay, so they're empty. And now we want to fill this with data. So we get our render directory. And we did this before, so just to verify this is working, let's print that out. And there's our renders, and let's do that again. Let's test on the get directory. Let's see. So this would give us our effect, really. I did not define it. Alright, so there we go. There's our directories. Now, if I wanted to build my directories for version, well, I need to evaluate effect, I need to evaluate element, and I need to evaluate version. So if I need version, I need to compile all these arrays. If I need effect, I just need, render directory. I don't need any to evaluate any of these. If I need element, I need effect and element. And then if I need version, I need effect, elements, or I just need the effects and elements to get the versions. So element needs the effects, and so you can see there's a dependency on this. And so we're going to have to build this into the function. So I'm going to try to go slowly on this one. So it's going to need a node, and we're going to have to pass it the index, like the name. So effect, element, and version. So we're going to the function's going to have to know which one it is. And so when I pass it I can get an ID from my list, and then I can return what index am I working with. And that will allow me to truncate a new list like this. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to return the knob value. I'm just going to type this one out. And there we go. So that's going to make us a new list, and I'll show you why is this important. So what I'm doing is I'm evaluating the knob name, which is X. in this list. So basically I truncate this list. So if I have what you see that ID there, I'm going to try to do this quickly. So if I go, we have my list, so I'm going to just print that off. Print my list. And then, so there we go. So if I need index 2 to truncate it. So that would be element. So if I evaluate this, I'm going to go I equals 1 to get the second. That would be the second element. And then I'm going to get my ID. Oh! 1 is not in list. Oh, that's right. I'd have to, it's going to return me 1. And so it's going to match ID. So I'm going to print my ID. And that gives me the ID 1. And so when I go my list and then with this it gives me effect. So what it did is it's giving me from the start of an array to my ID, which is element. So it's going to return everything before element. And then so if I change this to version, ver, and I evaluate this, it's giving me effect and element now. So now when I evaluate with this new list, I go node knob x. So this is going to be x. It's going to look at effect and it's going to return that, and it's going to return that, and then that allows me to construct a path, because now I can go through the variables. And so this is us building that path. So there's the render directory. Actually, I should just be copying and paste this to save time. New list. So if I go up here and I'm going to go effect, and then I'm going to copy and paste this. And so this is what we're going to get. Oh, new list is not defined. So I'm just going to switch this to n to build my list. Let's see if that worked. And then print path. So there we go. And so there's the path we need to get all the effect directories when I is set to effect. And we can check with element. Oh, that didn't work. Oh, that's right, because effect hasn't been filled. What I have to do is I have to do one last thing here. I have to fill that with data. So technically it did work, but that data is 0, and we don't want that. So there we go. And I will, oh, I don't need to, oh, might as well just copy this. Alright, so now we can run the set values. Set dir values. Let's make sure this is compiled. Well, it's not really compiled, but oh, you know what? I think I is set. I don't think this is overriding here, because it did fill in one directory, and it needs to fill in them all. There we go. This was silly. I was really hoping to get this without mistakes. I forgot that. I should have noticed that when it printed out that 0, there's no colon here. So there we go. with that applied, I have all the directories here. And so obviously my directories are a bit messy. That should be culled. That shouldn't be in there. Houdini put that one in there because of my Python code. It wasn't set correctly in there. So the directories are building, and now we can move on to a handle update.